Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Alright, so the long awaited, how the hell does this guy do all this stuff that he does, and where did the inspiration come from, and just exactly how does the style work, or like what I look at whenever I'm trying to say hashtag get beeped. So this video is really to break down, not really completely break down my style, but just to show you how exactly what I think of and what I like doing as a battler. What created my identity as a grandmaster of Get Beamed, the Get Beam Jedi, the guy that shines light on everything and just destroys everything to death and then beams through the shields and then creates all this hype and excitement. You guys are about to find out in this video. Behold, this is King of Charmanders, hashtag Get Beamed Edition. I just want to give a huge shout out to the Grand Goddess and Queens of Get Beamed, as well as the founders of the style and the ones that I look up to so much and have taught me so much from now to the future every single day. And the reason why I'm as good as I am today and the accomplishments I have made today is because of my senseis, and I love them so much. They are amazing battlers. They are the founders of the Get Beamed style, and I literally asked one day, I was like, I really like it what you guys do. Like, it's super cool. Can you take me as your student? And since then, like, I have developed so much and continue to develop as a great battler just because of my two senseis that I love so much, and they are absolutely amazing. They are amazing battlers on their own records, and they will continue to be great and continue to inspire, and I continue to do everything I can to make them proud. And like I said, they are the founders, the queens of Get Beamed. So my Get Beamed style itself is called Grande Finale, which means in Japanese, grand finale. And the reason why it's called the grand finale is because it's a closer style of Get Beamed. I like closing or beaming through shields with my Get Beamed Pokemon. So that's why I call it Grand Finale. I was like, one day I was like, alright, I gotta come up with this really cool name, and then I had this really awesome I really close out with Get Beamed a whole lot, and like I said, what better way than to call it the Grand Finale? The Grand Finale of my show, which is called Get Beamed. And now, Get Beamed, my style, is also my battling style, and it combines elements from my sensei styles into my own styles and what I've developed. As you see here, traits I've developed from my senseis. I developed my Cochino Mum senseis. She likes fast charging, fast hitting moves. And with like excellent combo potential, I adopted that style from her. That's normally my normal style in like Ultra League and Master League. If I can't beam, that's one of the main styles I will go through, as well as a fusion of Okay, haha, which is Casey Sensei style, which is fearless, confidence, risk-taking, high reward mentality. Fearless, absolute destruction. She will wreck you with no hesitation. That is my Sensei, Casey Sensei style. And that's where beaming through the shields kind of came into play. When I first started beaming originally, I realized it took a lot of confidence in beaming. Sometimes you will go for the big play, and when you do go for the big play, the big beams play, and it does go through the shields, it gives you such an enormous advantage. It's very difficult for your opponent to come back from it. And that goes to the right, which is my own style. Of course, I'm always developing, always becoming better and better, but these are really like these two you see on the right, these points you see on the right. There's more of them, but these are pretty much the core of my style as far as Get Beamed, as well as my battler style. One is to trust in your instincts. You don't go for second guesses. Like I said, you go for the big plays, sacks, and catches. A lot of what I do study a lot on ppoke.com. I do study counts. I do study energy. I do study energy gain. That's how I can get better. There's always something to learn, and ppoke.com gives you this huge resource to where I can learn just how much energy every fast move gives you and just how much charge moves require. I don't count. I personally do not count. I trust in my instincts. I know what some counts are. I don't know all of them, but when I do know a fast move that I do know a count for, I will kind of, if you've seen me battle, I will instinctively put that in, and I will make sack switches or like catches, and I do them effortlessly, but that's only because I trust my instincts. I know the counts like subconsciously on some moves. Like I said, I don't know all of them. I'm still learning every day, every single move, every single fast move. I'm learning as much as I can. But when I do it, I do it by instinct. My instincts tell me like, all right, you sack now, and then I just do it. No second guesses. And 9 times out of 10, my gut feeling is correct. I have a very high success rating for sack switches and catches because I study counts and I study instinct and make those counts into instinct where they're like, all right, this is time to go, go. And it's also with my second one where I trusted my Pokemon's bulk, point two. I have a style where I will allow my Pokemon to take, I know my Pokemon's bulk, I know how much damage they can take from particular moves, and they will take as much damage as humanly possible. Which I feel really bad, but this trust in my Pokemon, especially for Ultra Master Leagues, to take as much humane damage as possible, that has really gotten me and rose me to rank 10 and to my style. Like trusting in my Pokemon's bulk and knowing what they can tank allows me to create more opportunities to save my shields to close out with big moves, or save my shields for when I absolutely need them or when I might need them in the future. Which goes into point 3, breaking both shields or beaming through shields. This is a big one for me. I will break both of your shields as fast as possible, which allows me to set up for the closer style. Or I will just recklessly beam through your shields, like what Casey Sensei does a lot, her style. Like, we don't care if you have shields. We don't care if you have shields. You're just gonna get wrecked. If you think I'm going to shield, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to. I'm not going to actually try and bait you. Now, it's kind of difficult because when it comes to my friends, they know how I play it. I will go straight for the beam. So if I'm battling someone I know that I'm really close to, or their friends, or they know me, then I kind of have to get a little spicy when it comes to my style. But otherwise, it goes to number 4, where I sweep in the back with strong spammy closers, where after I break your shields, you're at the mercy of fast energy gain with strong spammy closers. Those are the mons I like to close, which is why Pokemon like Typhlosion and Churm resonate with me so well, is because they're very spammy and their beams do a lot of damage. And I create lines, my last point of my core for here is I create lines that maximize my player skill, and it can win consistently with a beam. If I can win with a beam, I will beam. That's the gold god rule. If I can't beam with a line, I won't put a beam on it. But if I can win consistently with a beam, like I did in Season 1, 99% of my lines, with the exception of like viewer lines or just fun stuff I wanted to try out, were all my Mega Beam team. I got to rank 10 in Season 1 by strictly beaming in Great League, and after that, that's how I got there. I beamed. I used a beam team, which sole purpose was to close you out, sweep you, and beam you. That's what it is. What I mean by maximizing player skill is maximizing my advanced player skills. For example, maximizing energy management, maximizing bulk, maximizing the opportunities for sack switches, maximizing my potential to do as much damage as possible, and to break both of your shields. Calling the right baits, and not only that, setting up my opponent for the beam. That's what I mean by maximizing player skill. Obviously, all of these cores and everything I've adopted up to this far, there's always room for improvement. There's always a new move to learn. There's always a new way to do things. And what the beauty of Pokemon GO PVP is that more and more Pokemon will be released. More movesets will be released, which means more opportunities to do crazy strategies, more opportunities to study. Always, always keep in your mind, especially in the future, that you can always get better. There's always plenty of room for improvement, and these are the cores I follow, and I will add on to them as much as I can. But as you see, this is my Get Beam style. Alright, so here we have our match shoutcast. This will feature my Get Beam style Garando Finale, much more clearer by shoutcasting these matches. As you see, we get Skarmory into Registeel. Now he switches out into Shiftry, and I already know what line this is. So I'm like, alright, you know what? What's good, son? What is freaking good? I already know what your line is. Sadly, I already do. This is the infamous Caleb Pang Steel Double Grass line. So I'm just going to force both of your shields at this point. I have Registeel versus Shiftry is very strong, unless you call the right. If you call baits well, etc., you can get a very good advantage. However, I'm going to try to break my opponent's shields here. As you see, they get the foul play off. and they get 2 Phallus Plays off, and I just let them through. I don't mind if they get them through. I'm going to switch out and save all this sweet energy. I'm going to send in my Tropius because my Tropius will be able to literally farm down here if I wanted to. But at this point, my opponent's just going to throw all of his energy. I go for the Leaf Blade because I want both of those shields. I pretend I'm going for the Aerial Ace, and hopefully I break a shield. And I do not, but that's okay. Now my opponents would farm down range. Unfortunately, they do get another move off, but that's perfectly fine. I don't mind at all. I let it go through. There's another foul play. Shiftry is very strong, but it doesn't matter if you're spammy because it doesn't matter. Cool Shoes, you went down. And now we get my Tropius into this Skarmory. My switch clock isn't up yet, which kind of sucks. So I elect to fire this Leaf Blade off just to run the timer a little bit and just do a little bit of chip damage. So now the switch, now I'm up shield advantage. I will come in and fire my Focus Blast right away, attempting to take my opponent's shield out. And we do get it through. Honest Terra does go through, which is freaking amazing. We did heavy damage. This Skarmory is almost dead. Now, I'm going to let this Sky Attack go through. I have shield advantage, and I have Typhlosion in the back. If I'm correct, you have Meganium in the back. And all I'm going to do is shield this, and I'm going to farm down this Skarmory and save all this sweet energy for what you have in the back. And if I'm right, what you have in the back is a Meganium. Hi, Meganium! Now, with all of this energy I see with Blast Burn, remember what I said, get Beam style? Fast, spammy moves with fast moves that charge quickly. Shadow Claw charges very quickly. And now I get the back-to-back Bakuretsus. My back-to-back Blast Birds will break both shields. Or my opponent doesn't even elect to shield. I break both shields. I get the last laugh here because I burn you down with Blast Burn. This is GG. That's game 1. As you saw there, like I said, break both shields as fast as possible and then close out. Here's my second match right here. We get Registeel into a Lantern. This is great for me because I'm bulky. I can eat a couple of charge moves from this flying Electric Dolphin while floating Electric Dolphin to be exact. So, and then we do get my Focus Blast. So I go straight for the Focus Blast. I want my opponent to shield here. I have Tropius in the back and I have Typhlosion to close. So my close style is very healthy here. I go for the Focus Blast. So Honest Terra is going to go. I go for the big blast move, and the big blast move does go through. So it's freaking amazing. We got so much damage on this Lantern, and now I'm going to try and bait. I probably should have gathered some energy here to go for the second Focus Blast. If my opponent is very good at PvP, he does call the Flash Cannon. I was hoping to grab some shields here, but this is okay. This is perfectly fine. My opponent shoots the Thunderbolts off. That's fine. My Registeel can take a whole bunch of punishment, and I know I can get to one more Flash Cannon. Unfortunately here, my opponent, there is some connection issues, so I may or may not have lost Sasus. This is okay, though. I'm going to let my Registeel die and go through, and I'm going to send in my Tropius. I'm going to farm down as much energy as humanely possible here. So my opponent is going to fire off their energy. I'm not going to shield anything. This does heavy damage, though. So there we go. We farm down, which is beautiful. This is amazing. Now my opponent, if they have an Altaria, I'm in trouble. Hopefully they don't. And they do have an Altaria. This is a golden chicken. So now I send in my Typhlosion, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to Blast Burn through and grab both shields, and then Aerial Ace down. That's my strat. But I get Daddy Cash instead. And instead, I go for my big beams, the big risk, big reward plays. Tai Yoko Sen. Tai Yoko Sen goes through, and then we blast through the shields. We beam through the shields. Get beamed. GG. We beam through the shields, and we got the W. That's how you do it. Like I said, high risk, high reward, grand finale, get beamed. Alright, a quick summary of also get beamed. It's been a pleasure up for now and into the future. Get beam has now become an important part of my identity as a battler. Like, I'm pretty much known as the Beam King, the Grandmaster of Beams, and just something that I'm now known for as my identity. And like I said, it's a style, but it also allows me to have fun and show others it's possible to have fun. It's so much fun to do Get Beamed. I have inspired others to try and use Get Beamed as much as possible, but also just to have fun with it. Not only can you actually win consistently with Get Beamed, like I proved in Season 1 of Go Battle League, but it's a lot of fun to do. It's a lot of fun, and if you beam through the shields, it's like seriously one of the best one of the best moments in the world. My hope is to continue to spread joy and fun through Get Beamed and use beams as much as possible in my own lineups. I have a ton of fun creating team compositions composed of Get Beamed, and I will continue to do so as much as possible. If it can win consistently, and if I can find a mon that helps me out for it, I will always use Get Beamed as much as I possibly can. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know if you have any questions about my style, Garando Finale, in the comments. And what would you like me to do for my next Get Beamed video? I will be revealing my strats and my secrets for Get Beamed and my specific Pokemon that I love using for Get Beamed in the future. You guys have a great day.